Good day, Prof Skills 2 students. This is lesson 19, and today we're going to be talking about the practical elements of managing change, and by that you are going to be doing some practical elements, some activities to help you solidify the processes involved. So this lecture is going to be filled with a lot of pausing this video and then continuing once you've answered the questions. Exercises like what we are doing today are largely reflection exercises where we ask you to look at the behavior of others or your own behavior and to reflect on how that behavior could be improved based on the information that you've gained in this course and in the various chapters of your textbook. So in the last class, in the last set of slides, you're asked to think of a time where you were a part of a major change. Take a moment to recall the situation from beginning to end in detail. I'd like you to write down the following. Who were the role players involved? Name them and describe their role. Explain the situation. What was the change? And did you know why it was necessary? Now this might be ringing some bells for you if you've read through your S1 recently. This kind of question is likely to pop up in assessments. So please pause the slide here and answer the questions above. Alright, so now that you've answered the questions about the change, about the role players, about the situation, I want you to reflect on what happened in that situation. So who was the leader in this situation? Was this leader good at getting buy-in for this change, or did they fail at this crucial step? Next, I would like you to comment on the processes in this change using the phases of planned change on page 233 of your text. Next, I'd like you to answer, what could the leader have done better? Knowing what you know now, what you've learned from the section on managing change, comment on the ways in which the leaders involved in this change could have made this process more smooth. Please pause the video and answer the above questions. Next, I want you to think about a different situation, a different scenario. Please think about a time that you resisted change for no reason, even though the benefits of change outweighed the costs of change. Please write a short paragraph explaining this situation. Now, it would be perfectly okay for you to use the same headings that you used here. Who were the role players? Name them and describe their role. Explain the situation. What was the change? And why did you know or why did you think it was necessary? So that's question 1. Write a short paragraph explaining the situation. Question 2. Why do you think you were resistant to this change? Please look through the sources of resistance to change from your text. Were any of these behind it, and why? And finally, how could this change have been managed better? Please pause the video here and answer these questions. Next is a modeling exercise. Imagine a large change that could happen at BMH. Not an easily accepted change like free lunch every day, but rather one that would take some work and adaptation, like offering online lectures to students, or moving buildings, or requiring a uniform. Explain the processes that BMH should follow in order to get widespread adoption of this change. Don't forget to include how BMH should deal with those who are resistant to this change. So pause the video here and answer the above question. Next is a self-assessment exercise. Please complete the exercise on page 232 of your textbook. Complete the application questions, reinforcement exercises, and action plan on pages 249 to 250 of your text. And these questions will definitely be helpful in helping you understand all of your assignments, your F1 and your S1. Recall the behavioral checklist that we looked at in the last class. Managing change requires sharing a compelling vision and strategy, creating a sense of urgency, forming supportive coalitions, dealing with resistance to change, empowering employees to act, generating short-term wins, and institutionalizing change in the organizational culture. In the next class, we're going to look at teamwork, facilitating teamwork. So before you begin with this lecture, please revisit your fond memories of group work while at BMH. Do you think the group work will stay the same when you enter the workplace? And what ways do you hope or think it will change? See you in the next class, everyone. Bye.